Hey everybody, it's Keriann Worley, and I'm here to talk about the interviews that I've been conducting lately. You'll probably notice I'm actually in the car because I'm about to go in the house, and I have a full house of kids, so this gives me a little bit of time prior to me going into some chaos. So, what I want to talk about today is the overlying theme that I'm hearing as I talk to the business leaders in the community and entrepreneurs. And what we talk about, basically I start off the conversation with, what I'm trying to do is give advice to people who are looking to take their position to the next level, or it could be brand new entrepreneurs. And I want to get to the core of what it really took that person to get to the level that they are at now, at this point. And so what's been great is that these stories are so unique. They're so diverse, but there are three underlying themes that I continue to hear. And I'm going to share those with you today. So in the last, several weeks, I've been able to talk to Ellen Latham, who is the co-founder of Orange Theory. I've also talked to Deborah Rosenberg, who is the founder of Damare Interiors. Also talked to Kirsten Dolan, who is the co-founder and COO of One Parking. And then also the Jennifer Kramer, who is the co-founder and operator of the Spice Lab. And again, these women all have very unique stories, but the three underlying themes that I continue to hear is, number one, you have to believe in yourself. If you do not believe in yourself, it's not going to happen. You will not be successful. So if you don't have it right up here and you don't see a bigger picture for yourself and you don't believe it in here, you are not going to be successful. So that's number one key. Okay, all of these women believed in themselves. They didn't always believe in themselves, but once they got that right and once they figured that out, then they were able to realize success. The second thing that they talked about is perseverance. You have to persevere. There's going to be many moments where you feel like you're going to give up. It's too hard. You're not seeing the success quick enough. There's too many obstacles. Remember, everyone feels this. That's when everyone gives up, when it gets hard. It's going to be hard. So you have to persevere. And if you persevere, you believe in yourself, it's going to happen for you. And then the third thing that I continue to hear is you have to work. I know that sounds very simple, but not everybody does it. Not everybody puts the time and energy into themselves, into their craft, and into their work. Doesn't mean you just work. It means you work hard and you work smart and you're strategic. Okay? So the three things, again, that these women have in common and the advice that they gave us is, number one, you have to believe in yourself, you have to persevere, and you have to work. Work hard and work smart. I look back at those interviews and each one has a very unique story. Ellen Latham, for example, was a Pilates instructor. So actually, to take it even further back, she had lost her job. She was trying to figure out what she wanted to do, and decided that she was going to do Pilates out of her home to make some money. She was worried about paying rent and she had a son. And when she made that decision, she realized that she was going to be the best Pilates instructor there was. And I've talked to many of her clients and they will say that she is the best Pilates instructor. Then she decided to incorporate a new element into the exercise. And when that happened, someone took notice and they realized that this is a type of exercise that they could do worldwide. And that's exactly what happened. She was 55 years old. So if you ever think that you cannot do something at a certain age, you need to break that barrier, because everyone has an opportunity and it doesn't matter how old you are. You can be 25 or 55. If you want to be successful and you have it here, you can make it happen. The other story was Deborah Rosenberg. Deborah Rosenberg was a stay-at-home mom. She was looking to do something when her children were in grade school, I believe. And so she started decorating. She decorated a friend's home, and then the neighbor took notice, and she did that, and it just went on from there. And she said she just made sure that she did a great job everywhere she went. She didn't have formal training, which is crazy. And you know, like I said, her story, it took a long time. It took a lot of work, hard work, but she was able to do it. Then she realized, wait a minute, I'm decorating these homes with animal fur and skin, and it was against all of her morals. So, you know, being a dog lover and an animal lover, she changed her entire business. She decided at that moment that she was going to educate people, and she was going to give people better options that did not include animals. And now that is what she focuses on. And that is her true passion and her crusade, really. The third one, is Kirsten Dolan. Kirsten came from she's, you know, One Parking is her company. And she came from a very male-dominated industry prior to even One Parking. And she talks about how she looked different, she acted different, and all the males in the organization really didn't know what to do with her. She also explained that they all took this test. It was really, you know, to see, everyone had to take it. It was about to see who could be the next leader in the company. And she scored the highest. And they actually came to her and said, you scored the highest, but we don't really believe the results. So she had to fight through a lot of adversity, but she did it. And she became, you know, she's a very successful woman. And when you hear her speak, you can feel her passion. And then the last one I've interviewed recently is Jennifer Kramer. She is the co-founder. Her husband is a partner. And, you know, she just talks about family and the love of family. And that's really what got her and her husband doing what they're doing, is they wanted to be able to spend more time with their family. And she also describes how the two halves make a whole. So, you know, she's kind of the slow and steady, and he's the excitable one. But at the end of the day, what she really talked about is how hard it is and the amount of work that goes into being a successful entrepreneur. And she explained, you know, about putting, you know, she goes home, puts her kids to bed, and fires up her computer again. Sometimes works until 10, 11, 12, 1 o'clock in the morning. And she knows and understands that if she doesn't do it, nobody's going to do it. And, you know, that you got to take pride in your work, and you got to work hard, and you got to work smart. So again, just to regroup, speaking to all these women and getting their advice, and I encourage you to go back, look at the blogs, because there's a lot more detail in there. But the 3 underlining themes, if you want to be successful, you must believe in yourself. You've got to believe here that you can make it happen. You got to think big, you got to be larger than life, and you've got to fix this and make sure that you understand and you know your ability to make it happen, because this is what will block you. Number 2 is you got to persevere when it gets tough, because it's going to get tough. I promise you it's going to get tough. You keep going. And if you can persevere through that, you're going to be successful. And then the third thing is you have to understand there's a lot of work that goes into it. So work smart, and work hard, and you will make it happen. So I hope you go back and you read the blogs. I got some more that will be coming up in the future. I'm speaking to many very brilliant, hardworking, driven entrepreneurs and successful business leaders. And if there's anything that you want to know specifically that will help you grow and become a stronger leader, you know, please send me an email or comment on my blogs, and I will be sure to add those comments or questions when I interview these people. But in the meantime, I hope you have a very successful day, and I look forward to seeing you on the blog.